Hey guys, how's it going? It's Daniels here. Welcome to episode number 39 of this NHL 22 Quebec Nordiques relocation franchise mode where we moved to Arizona up north to Quebec City. If you guys have missed episodes up to this point, head up into the top corner and check them out. And if you do enjoy this one, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications. And also feel free to leave comments to possibly get featured in upcoming episodes. So today we get into the 2032/33 season sim. Our last episode was titled The Best Top 6 Ever, and honestly it's kind of looking like it. Taticek and Bedard look amazing. We've got snipers and playmakers all throughout this top 6. We're giving Cali Fast a chance at a second line role this season. To be honest, Christian Tamarnis could fill it just as easily, but we're going to let the younger guy have a go at it. He is about the same size, maybe a little bit quicker on his feet. But again, both these guys should be very interesting players for this team this year. The defense looks stacked. We've got Weiman, Legault, Olofsson, Bomeister, Weimer, and Makar. I'm just waiting for Weimer's morale to jump back up because, again, individual performances have played a factor into that, but he has good X factors and stuff. And this year we're going to give Raphael Desharnais the start, and Mike Djordjevic will be backing him up. So that's what we're rolling with. Let's see how this team does. And, well, we don't really need to spend too much time on the draft class, as I've already, as you can see, gotten all of my scouting set up right up until about mid-January. So that's what we're looking at. This draft class is interesting. Pascal Darche looks like a really good sniper, but again, we don't need him. There's a lot of guys in here that, again, we don't need, but just look like really interesting players. This Caden Layman guy actually looks pretty decent for what I'm going to assume is a two-way forward, especially if he's got that many X factors. So we'll see what happens. I don't necessarily see the need to make trades or anything like that. I mean, this team is so darn good. Like, there's so many just high value players in here that we don't need to make moves necessarily. Like a guy like Uriel looks amazing. Just put up 98 points in the US League. Hopefully he can make a difference soon. Apart from that, Montoya, Holmes, we'll see if they actually make it. This guy looks insane. Shane Ladd has 11 points in his first 8 games in this upcoming season with Winnipeg as a 20-year-old. Like, sign me up. He's going to be sweet in a couple of years, especially with all those X factors. Patterson's probably good enough to be playing on most NHL teams apart from this one. Hacken's going to be good as well. There's lots of guys in here that just look really, really solid. I don't know where Mika Hacken is on our AHL team right now. It looks like, he's centering our first line. Okay, so that should be fine. So that's the team. That's where we're at. Let's see how this season goes. Let's get a couple months into the season sim. We're going to take it nice and quick. And, well, as we get through to pretty much February, go up to the end of January-ish, and we will see how the sim treats us this year. So, first off, we lose to Buffalo. Great start. I didn't even show you guys. Oh my god, 2-7-0, 7-1 losses? Seriously? Well, that's just a fantastic start now, isn't it? Kent Johnson, 95 rated center. That's insane. Norm Eddy's crazy. We've got, you can't see it because my camera's covering it, but 99 offense, 93 defense, and 87 goaltending this year. It's been pretty similar to previous years, so that's what we're dealing with, but overall, not a great start. All right, so honestly, we're off to a really bad start here, but we're starting to roll. We're starting to win a couple games here and there. And, okay, here we go. Now we're rolling. That was just a really rocky start to start off, but going in now, we lose one to Vancouver, 2 in a row, then we win a shootout. But the team's not impressing me based on, how good a team they look like they should be. And we lose Ed Bomeister with an elbow injury, so that kind of sucks, but overall, we are going to deal with injuries throughout the year, and it's more so just a matter of can we play through it or not. So we got Pitton in there. I guess, we're missing Wilson Dietz, who we just drafted. He looks like a really good defenseman, but all right. Another loss there. All right. There we go. So we get Dietz back. Looks like Gagne's already up to a 71. Not bad there at all. And we will definitely get Dietz back in here, as we need him to develop a bit more, as I would love to see him make the team next year. But rolling on, we lose Daniel Gagne. That sucks. Okay. We keep getting offers for Desharnais. I think he's on the block, which... Why? Why? That doesn't make sense. That makes absolutely no sense to me. So, something I'm realizing here now, too, is that we've got expiring contracts coming up on Makar, Weiman, Bedard, Taticek. There's a lot of them. Tremblay and McQuaid. We will get signed eventually. Bouwmeester 2. Yeah, this is going to be a little rough. So maybe we get on that here right away. I think that might be a good idea, especially with the team losing a couple here and there. But apart from that, how are our scouts doing? Haven't really found anything else crazy yet. Bernier probably is going to be a good goalie, but we'll see. Campagna could be interesting. Whitfield, not really. Maybe Kevin Rogers. Alright, so we do get Daniel Gagne back there. Brock Ebbett at 24 is not going anywhere in his career. So yeah, let's get Gagne back in here, and hopefully he can start scoring a bit more. I mean, this first line's kind of stagnant, to be honest. Rizzy's killing it, though. So let's switch Rizzy and Hacken, and hopefully that will help. That should help. I don't see why not. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. You know, Chase Reed isn't actually all that bad at two-way forward either. But, alright, 11 points, not bad. 21 points for Harvey Biggs, I like it. Alright, let's keep it rolling here. We beat Pittsburgh, and we are sitting 2 points atop the division. Now just 1, as we again lose to Boston, and then lose to Tampa. Come on, boys, let's go. Thompson's out, but we beat Carolina and a couple other teams. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay, we're rolling now. This isn't so bad. And, alright. Could be better, but the team is rolling. We're sitting atop the division. I can't really complain about that. I guess Weimer was out. Oh my goodness, Taticek looks insane. Oh my goodness. Silvegaard's having a year, 52 points. 37 for Fast is not bad at all. Try 35 for Thoresen, that's not great. 35 for Bedard. 36 for... Yeah, the second line's actually outproducing the first right now. That's a little sad, but that is how it is. I guess they are all crazy good players on the second line too. Injuries galore. Alright. Let's get this fixed up a little bit here. Yeah, that's not great. I guess, yeah, we have been missing Bouwmeester for a while too. Djordjevic is doing better than Desharnais right now. Interesting. Not great, but interesting. And, alright, as we continue to sim on through the rest of January, we get DeAndre Thompson back, and another draft class scouting report, where, again, there's no new elites. Alright, so going on, and we see Lars Lander get injured with an ankle fracture, so that kind of sucks. I guess we'll put Thompson back in. Yeah, that should work for now. Actually, Ian Crane's better there, so we'll do that. Yeah, the team's kind of just in shambles right now as far as injuries and stuff like that goes, but Uriel Weiman's looking like an insanely good defenseman. Apart from that, Djordjevic continues to... Actually, never mind. Desharnais won 20 out of 29, which is actually really good. I don't know why Lars Lander's down so much. He still has 40 points in 47 games. Like, he's doing just fine, but... Looks like 4-man power play. Yeah, we're missing a guy there. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, let's put Kreider in there for now. And then we might as well toss Weiman on here too. Not terrible, but not bad. Alright, and then we start losing. Okay, lost a couple in a row there, but 34, 12, and 5 for 73 points is top of the league. 51, 52 games into the season, so I can't really complain. It's just we are getting a limited amount of scoring still. Like, I don't understand why. Our team's winning so often, but you got 2 guys over a point per game. That's it, 2 guys. Oldrich, Taticek, who's just insane, carrying his team, 34 goals, and Magnus Silvegaard, who's, again, as well, playing amazing. But he's more getting points off of his senses and abilities than, like, anything else. He's actually quite physical for a 5'9" sized player, which is interesting. He's got 95 strength, aggressiveness, body checking. Like, he is a physical player. He should actually be like a 2-way forward probably, with all of those stick checking abilities and stuff like that, but technically he's a sniper. So Rickard Thoresen's got 33 goals as well, though he's just been shooting the lights out. Bedard, not so great this year, unfortunately. After his 90-point performance, he is not on pace for that this year. So that's not great, but again, he is our kind of number one center, kind of not. Our best defenseman is Cale Makar, 37 points. And then we've got 3 defensemen in a row. Legault and Weiman are both playing well, but they're playing top minutes as well, which is tough. Desharnais is 22 for 32, and Djordjevic is 12 for 22. So, not spectacular. Looking at the rest of the league, Spike Cameron's playing insane. Bill McKinnon, Vasilevsky's still playing. That's insane. Sammy Wirtanen actually looks really good. Interesting. Alright, your best save percentage. Abel Anderson, hey? I mean, yeah, Cameron and Djordjevic is up there too. Rookies. Looks like, yeah, Carson Sloan is a good player. I mean, Cole Wesley. Oh my god, Cole Wesley's insane. He's only a few points back, so expect him to potentially be in the lead by the end of the season. He's 87 rated already. That's crazy. Yeah, he's good. Anyways, all skaters, 73 points for Kent Johnson leads the league. Apparently, he's a franchise center. Interesting. Francisco Hopkins is insane. Same with Lucas Raymond playing on that line. Pud Colson's still in Winnipeg. We literally made that move happen. Russ Byron looks really good. Oh my goodness. Nathan Gaucher. Seriously? Nathan Gaucher has 62 points in just 47 games played. What on earth is going on right now? Please tell me no, he doesn't fit our lineup at all, but he probably wouldn't be that bad an acquisition either. Taticek looks sick. He is not even close in league scoring to the top. He's going to need a lot more goals than that to get there, but Mark Facette looks insane as well. He's putting tons of pucks away for a 25-year-old. Thoresen's right there. But Colden, McLean. Yeah, okay. Alrighty then, I guess that makes sense. I mean, to be honest, I think Taticek should be doing better, but what do you do? So, anyways, that's where we're at this point in the season. I got to go do some more scouting, but our team's looking pretty solid. So guys, we are going to simulate up to the end of the season now, see how this team does, heading into mainly the trade deadline here. Of course, it's going to be nice to have a guy like Ed Bouwmeester back. That's going to make a pretty big difference in our lineup and what we are able to do. Apart from that, I believe 4-on-4 is now messed up because of that. And yeah, okay, that still works. It's not bad. But Bedard should be better, along with Thoresen, so I don't know what's going on there, but we lose Harvey Biggs to injured ribs in the minors, and we lose Taticek to a concussion. Go figure. That sucks. There goes 3 games of his career. That kind of sucks, but what do you do, right? And he is our best center, without a doubt. That sucks when your players are getting injured, but he is on pace for a good season here. Alright, we lose Weiman with a sprained ankle. Stop it. Okay. I do like how this team is developing, though, as well. Especially down in the minors, yeah. Yeah, we got a good group of players down here. Alright, apart from that, goalies are looking pretty hot down here too. That is good to see. Alright, so moving on here, we're doing good. We lose Nickerson to a concussion, but this team is winning at an incredibly high rate. That's what we like to see. Apart from that, we're still missing Larslander, but again, almost point per game pace kind of thing. He was doing well. I'm going to switch Djordjevic out for Darnay again. We need that in the lineup. Can Weimer please take a jump? Like, he's 23 games and no points. Like, how? How do you do that? How do you not produce anything in a season? That just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, bit of a weird spell going on here for certain players. Come on with this stupid calendar glitch too. Stop. Okay, I'm entering the trade deadline despite the fact, bro, you're trading Connor McDavid. Edmonton, what are you doing? Edmonton's fully committed here apparently. They are like, alright, screw it. McDavid and Draisaitl are done. We don't need him anymore. Like, bro, what? Only 1,700 points for your team. Like, what? That's an insane career. And Draisaitl. My goodness, to be fair, they're not playing very well this season, but they're both really, like, out of their primes at this point, which is too bad. But that's Edmonton. They're committed to trading these players now, which I guess works, but like, ouch, so much cap space too. So yeah, it's literally impossible for us to make a trade like that. Ooh, and re-sign phase, I've totally forgotten about that. That is an issue. Trade alert, Islanders pick up Marino and Kachuk. Okay, not bad. Alright. Anyways, I do not think Draisaitl and McDavid are getting traded. I do think that that there is like no chance that those players stay though either. So, Taticek is like the best player we've had in a long time. But let's just view the contracts, see what these guys are asking. So, I would assume just about everybody expiring wants an extension on this team. I think that's a safe assumption. How about 57 in 62 for Ned Patterson? 38th overall pick is looking really good. So, Oldrich Taticek wants 11.3 million. Not actually that bad for 5 seasons. Connor Bedard, though, I bet is going to want, actually less again than I was expecting. Uriel Weiman's the big one. That is going to unfortunately result in us not having enough money to sign everybody back up. The cap crunch comes into play. And Raphael Darnay is probably good enough to stay with this team. He has 90 wins in 164 appearances, but 144 in 259 is better, and a 907 versus a 899. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do think we will be moving Raphael Darnay or doing a sign and trade or something along those lines, because we just don't have the money to sign everybody. I think another potential move that we could see is a Uriel Weiman signing our qualifying offer, in exchange for, eventually trading a guy like Harrison Bancks or somebody like that, right? Or Holden Bancks, not Harrison. And he's been all right, lots of assists for this team, but not really the biggest goal scorer or anything either. He's been with us for 4 seasons, but again, just not quite like, yes, he's a very good passer, but not for 12 million bucks. He's not. Yeah, okay. This is going to be a rough re-signing phase without a doubt in my mind, but let's start off with the unrestricted free agents. So, a Connor Bedard contract for 7 more years. He's only going to cost us 9.33 million, roughly. 325 doesn't quite cut it. 9.35. See, that would be decent. I would be all right with that. Apart from that one, Cale Makar wants 1 year at 9.4 million. Is that worth it? Probably not, but it's potentially doable. An Ian Crane contract, on the other hand, we could probably get him. No. 1.225 is actually a pretty decent contract for him. He's put up 20 points in 60 games. Again, not bad. Winquist might not be the most intelligent signing, but we'll take him. Solomon Beverly, same kind of deal. He's on a 2-way. We do have a lot of expiring players, to be completely honest. But a lot of them we can handle as far as contracts go. And why, Weimer? Why? We literally brought you in to play a role that I thought was going to fit, and apparently I was wrong. Hammer Walker looks insane. That's a player there in Sault Ste. Marie. Nice. McQuaid is again just torching the league in the US there. Tremblay's, I thought he was down to a 68. No, he's 68 rated. Point per game, much better this year than previous years. 15th overall, probably not the most intelligent decision of my career, but that's okay. And Desharnais, how much is he expecting? 6.62 million. Again, we're just going to hold off. 8.1 million for Ed Bouwmeester is not actually too bad either. An $8.1 million contract at 85% is a $6.89 million contract, which is actually fairly reasonably priced. Or just 6.9 million for a top 4 defender who's actually been producing pretty well over the course of his career for this team. He's about half a point per game throughout and is a big, solid offensive defenseman that we can use in the future. Cale Makar, I'm not sure about yet. And then I am going to qualify most of these free agents because they've been pretty decent. But let's see, Cale Makar at 9.45 million at 85% is an just over $8 million pretty much. So 8.05 kind of. All right, I don't know if we're going to get all of these contracts in. Regardless, we're going to be able to move some stuff around and still attempt to bring in guys like Taticek, Weimer. Makar wants to play for us still, so we'll sign him. We get Crane, Bedard, Semen, Beverly, Bouwmeester, Winquist, and Lars Lander's healthy again. Finally. Took him long enough, so let's get him back into the lineup. He was actually producing at a fairly decent rate. But yeah, interesting kind of group here. Alright, so as we get back into the sim here after the trade deadline and all of those signings and extensions and stuff, I do just want to show you guys how much money we have remaining, which isn't going to be all that much in extension dollars, I'm sure about that. And yeah, we only have $9.05 million remaining, spread out over the course of 4 really solid players, 5, 6 maybe, yeah. Bunch of really good players, and unfortunately I do think Desharnais' time is very likely up, but we'll see. If Djordjevic somehow takes a hit or something like that to his overall or his morale or anything like that, maybe it's worth trading him then, but this is what we're rolling with. This is how the team's looking. Let's get back into the sim. Again, holding President's Trophy status with 89 points here heading into April. Let's see if we can just hold it and win these last couple of games in the season. So not a great start there against Tampa, but we do win 2 out of 3 after the deadline, and nothing really overly special here. Apart from Weiman is going to be an elite two-way center. We'll keep an eye on him. Maybe there's a need to trade up for that. I don't know. We'll see, but not too much really so far in the draft class that I'm seeing that's like eye-popping. But we don't need that with this team. We've got a ton of prospects. We're winning. We are crushing it. Oh my god, win streak stays alive. For how much longer? Against the Rangers. There you go. Bye-bye. And then we lose 3 in a row. Win 1. We lose Benjamin Rizzi. And alright, we finish with a 54-21-7 record for 115 points. Let's go. I know there was an episode way back. It was like episode 4 or 5 called Bringing the Presidents North. Or Bringing the President Up North or something like that. And, well, I think we've finally done it. It's only taken us how many seasons? Let's try 12 seasons with, wow, it's taken us 12 seasons to win a President's Trophy with this Nordiques team, which is insane because we've had such good teams here with the Nordiques, but we finally get it done. We finally win a ridiculous amount of games, enough to win the President's Trophy. And we have some guys pop off this year as well. 88 points for Matthias Silvegaard. That's a huge year. 89 for Oldrich Taticek. 74 for Thoresen isn't bad. Bedard only puts up 60 points this year. What on earth just happened? Like, seriously, how does Bedard only score 60? He's insane. He's a 94 rated franchise player with wheels. And, like, I don't get it. I just don't understand why he doesn't score more. Like, we're going to put a better player around him, I guess. Like, I don't know what else to do. Because, you know, Cali Fast probably would have helped, maybe. 60, 74 points, like... Bedard's the lowest scoring player on that line with 60 points. Is he, like, covering defensively? Maybe, but not exactly what I was expecting from this team and this kind of group as to how they were going to play and how the results were going to look. 53 for Weiman, 46 for Legault, only 20 for Olofsson, and yeah, the second pairing didn't produce very well, but we see 51 for Makar as well, so those guys were good. Djordjevic wins 20, Desharnais wins 34. This is such a tough choice because both goalies have been really good. Not to mention, like, the amount of wins that he combined for, like, 103 wins. Over 136 performances? Like, that's insane. He's won 101 out of 180 in the NHL. That's ridiculous. He's only lost 80 games. 79. That's insane. That is insane. Like, Desharnais might actually be the guy worth keeping at the end of the day here. So, that is the team. That is how we're looking. Very interesting season as Oldrich Taticek tops our group. We finish very first in the NHL, beautifully enough. That hasn't happened in a long time, ever, actually, for this franchise. And how about Tucson? Tucson puts up a 62-15-5 record for first place. Beautiful. All right. Well, they were crushing it, that's for sure. And as far as player stats go this year, who else was really good? Not a lot of guys. Like, I mean, to be fair, Lander should be going back up. I don't know why he's not. But he is a very good player that, you know, we potentially could put on Bedard's line if we need to. He is only 84 durability, though, as well, and not super huge as a player. But Bedard on the right, I feel like there's ways we could manipulate this lineup to really get some good production out of it. Harry Holt looks amazing. His speed is just insane for a 5'10" player. Makar, again, pretty decent, 51 points. Weiman just tops him out with 53 there. Bodie scored 34. Okay, that's interesting. Michael Muldoon, 29, not bad. He has improved every year, which we have to give to him. He has been pretty decent for a first-round pick. Nothing crazy, but pretty decent. Apart from that, lots of defensemen down here. Weimer only played 42 games, so that probably didn't help his morale either. And alright, looking at the league here. So, for the entire league, most wins is Sammy Wirtanen, with Minnesota winning 40 games somehow. Don't ask me how, but that happened. Rookie skaters, I called it. I said, don't be surprised if Cole Wesley ends up first place in rookie scoring, and he does indeed. 43 goals is a feat. Kent Johnson finishes with 115. We're not going to see any of our players up there, but best scorers in the league, Taticek finishes third. Not bad, to be honest. Not bad at all. Best plus minuses in the league. Who's this guy? Pielmeyer is actually such a big defenseman. Oh man, he looks good. Lance Allos is playing there too, so that's a very nice pairing. Marcel Legault, of course, he's good. Same with Weimer. But yeah, interesting groups here of like plus minus kind of players. Most assists in the league is going to go to Russ Byron. Not really surprising there when you're playing with a great shooter like Wesley. Shane Wright looks pretty darn good still in Tampa Bay, putting up 88 points. And who took the most shots? Vasily Podkolzin, go figure. Owen Power actually took an insane amount of shots as well. For a defenseman, 377. That's insane. He only shoots 5% on the year. How about Grayson Ortiz? Like, he's a computer-generated player. Like, he's not one of these guys that I created. I mean, Rickard Thoresen, same deal, too. Like, I didn't create him. Not like Podkolzin or Power or Beniers, but... Or even Johnson. Like, Kent Johnson's turned out so well, but... Yeah, interesting to see how much those guys shoot. Alright, so for the upcoming episode here, we will be taking on who in the playoffs? Probably the Flyers, I would assume. We got exactly 54 wins this season. That's actually really funny. But yes, we will be taking on Philadelphia. I believe Philadelphia has Valentenko, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they do. 96 rated Val. Ooh, that is a unit of a first line. Wow, okay. Yep, talk about a stacked first line. Alright, 90s plus across the top. Not really the greatest defense there, but Alnefeld's not too bad. So that's what we'll be taking on in the next episode here. And, overall, does that lineup really compete all that much with this group? Let's be honest, probably not, but you never know. So, anyways, that is where we are going to leave it for this one. If you guys did enjoy watching your Quebec Nordiques finally get a President's Trophy, then make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications, and of course comment to get featured in the next one. But that is it for me. This is Etanio signing out, and until next time.